To my fellow YouTube warriors, my name is Jackafee, and I'm going to do something a little bit different this post. This will be my own personal love letter to anyone that may be thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or even to those that are well underway. So I started this YouTube channel back in February of last year, but didn't actually have the courage to post videos a couple months later. And since then, I've been honored and privileged as fuck to amass over 15,000 subscribers, 270,000 views, and over 16,000 hours of watch time. And please understand, I'm only saying this to build some sort of credibility with you, not to do some dick measuring contest, as I know there are far better content creators out there that have a lot of insights to say. Just know this video ain't gonna be about the best and fastest way of hitting 15,000 subs in 6 months. You know, you're sorely mistaken. Because at the end of the day, the only magic formula is you. I simply just wanted to share my own thoughts and some of the lessons and rules I've learned along the way, in hopes that maybe some of you gained some insights and apply this to your own goals, whatever that may be. Rule number 1, just post. It took me 2 months to post my first video from the time I created my channel, and over 5 years of my life contemplating whether I should even start one. All the negative thoughts I had and what people would think, or whether I would be accepted, actually held no merit in the real world. At the end of the day, no one, not even the people closest to you, give a flying shit what you're posting online at the end of the day. And this hesitation grew beyond the fear of just posting a video, but transcended to me spending hours and hours editing a single video because I felt it needed to be perfect, whatever the fuck that meant, in all my days of being an experienced video editor. Funny enough, the videos I actually spent the most time on turned to be the ones that performed the worst. So don't let hesitation or being a perfectionist hinder you from constantly posting, right? Because by posting more content, you will simply increase your chances to be seen. It's really that simple. Not only this, but each video becomes a lesson. You know, so long as you're posting and learning new skills each time, you have already won. You are already 1% better than the day or video before. So congratulations. Now, although a proper thumbnail and title and description and overall presentation and good content matters, whatever the fuck good means nowadays, and whatever other 100,000 other metrics we tend to value our video against, it honestly pales in comparison to simply acting on your ideas and getting that content out there. Furthermore, the technicality and metrics of making your videos successful certainly matter a lot less when you're just starting out, because you can't analyze data that you don't have anyway. This is very much an art as it is a science, so just don't fall into the trap of analysis paralysis and viewing each video's analytics to gain some sort of insights into what you could be doing better, because you will inherently be making those improvements in these areas by simply actioning on them over time. And this leads me to my next rule. Rule number 2, you are greater than a YouTube metric. So we are absolutely bombarded with metrics, and there's a ton of content in how to make a successful video, as if there is some fucking magic formula that the best only seem to understand and the rest of us don't. All these metrics and key performance indicators like views, average retention, and subscribers shouldn't have merit on your own value, especially at the beginning, right? Simply put, you just don't take them at face value. They aren't a determination of your own talents or the success that you will eventually achieve. The most important metric, in my opinion, is if you are just genuinely fucking happy, and most importantly, passionate about sharing your ideas in the first place. You know, whether you have the resilience to endure the journey. But we can't measure that, can we? If you are passionate, the other numbers will follow, I assure you. Now, I'm not fucking naive to insinuate that these metrics don't matter, right? A better click-through rate, average video retention, higher audience engagement all matter to the algorithm, right? Simply put, the more people watch and the longer they watch, the better. And yes, you should always strive for continuous improvement, but just don't let those metrics act as a personal identifier to whether you yourself have something of value to give your audience. Because it changes for every video, especially at the beginning. These metrics, I think, serve more as a distraction than a benefit. And no one can possibly sit here and tell me why your video was popular more than another. And no, it's not because you chose a fucking brighter font for your thumbnail. At the end of the day, I just mean don't let these metrics hold you back or input doubt to what you may be doing, especially if it prevents you from continuing onwards and making a meaningful impact. Furthermore, don't be afraid to fail. It's through failures that the best lessons come from. Like all your videos, I will tell you, will do poorly from the start. Fuck, you may have a video blow out only to have the next 10 completely fall off, and that's okay. Just keep focusing on improving continually on an incremental basis every day, and I assure you, you will feel accomplished, right? Even if it doesn't show you with some fucking YouTube metric, right? We don't have passion to be content creators so we can flex our average watch time at the bar. Well, at least we shouldn't. Rule number 3, be you. Nothing is more evident, I think, than a person trying to be something they're not. You can sense it right from like the first fucking word that comes out of their mouths. The most important quality I think I got right was, and believe me, I mean, it's probably the only thing I fucking got right, but I believe I tried to be genuine and authentic from the start. And not everyone is going to like you. So what? I mean, those people are just simply not your real audience. So if you're recording a video and you're angry or you're sad or you're mad or you're tired and you're not a great orator or speaker because you're shy, then just simply show it. You don't need to portray a facade because people will genuinely be attracted to vulnerability and authenticity. Authenticity, right? Like to making mistakes and remember your imperfections is what makes you perfect, right? You don't need to cut those parts out. Those are typically the most enjoyable aspects of any video. Like for me personally, at least once every video, I'll like stutter over my words repeatedly until I spaz out. And it's through that stuttering that I actually ended up discovering comical gold, if you will, that I now add to my scripts. I mean, I at least find it funny, and I mean, and that's all that really matters now, isn't it? So, you know, I may be fucking dyslexic, I don't fucking know, but each of every one of you all have your own different personal perspectives and your own different talents, and it's worth showing. So basically, go the fuck out there and show us the real you. Oh, and I know this could be shocking for some others, but don't be concerned if you lose a subscriber. I hate to break it to you, but it's going to happen. I can't tell you how many times I read posts on Reddit or different communities about people being genuinely upset when they lost a subscriber. You'll live. To put it into perspective, I've lost in the span of 8 months over 1,300 subscribers. Right? And I'm alive and well. I know, it's shocking. But the people who leave you just simply weren't your intended audience to begin with. And ironically, your channel only becomes stronger in the aftermath. So just don't let the shift in consumer behaviors dictate or change who you are and ultimately what your goal is of being a content creator. Rule number 4, fuck your niche and experiment. Now, I don't mean to make content about video games and then pivot to content about cooking. Yes, there needs to be some element of focus from the start, and this is primarily so YouTube can learn what audience they want to market you towards. However, once a general baseline is selected, and hopefully this is based on something you're actually passionate about, just experiment. I made everything from Let's Plays, first impressions, reviews, news, 100% walkthroughs, boss guides, game skits, and memes, you name it. And this isn't so much to find out what others enjoyed, On contrary, it was to find out what the fuck I enjoyed making and what made me happy and what I was passionate about. And if you're truly passionate about something, then trust me, your audience will know. Simply put, through the act of experimentation, you will eventually find out where you're best suited and what makes you most happiest, right? At the end of the day, you should be doing the YouTube journey for yourself and not for others. Long form or short form videos and everything in between, right? It's simply exposure and getting better at something every day. Rule number 5, the value of videos. So the primary thing I've learned is that in any video, you either want to entertain or educate. And it's even certainly a lot more impressive if you manage to somehow do both. That is all that matters at the end of the day. An individual is on YouTube because they want to be entertained or they want to learn something new or answer a question that they had, and it's typically the latter. So as long as you work towards these two pivotal objectives in every video post, you will be successful over time, whatever success means to you. If you meet one of these two criterias, your audience will see value from what you have to say, and this in turn will build you credibility over time. Rule number 6, YouTube doesn't hate you. YouTube's only mission is to get people watching and get them watching longer. And because of this, YouTube's assessment of you is based on the video and not the channel. They don't care whether you've posted 1,000 previous videos that weren't successful because you had a low click-through rate or low average retention, right? They don't care if your channel lost 10 subscribers with one video or that you experimented one day with ad promotions to get views. Your channel doesn't have a rap sheet. YouTube isn't going to penalize people from the start and hinder their ability to grow to eventually make successful content. That would only fuck themselves over in the process. They want more content creators and they don't want to push them out. So if you haven't been successful with one video or a few, your channel isn't dead, okay? You don't have to get views at the start. It's okay if you don't have 10,000 subscribers in the first year. It's okay if one video ended up popping off and the others don't. You are fine. You do not have to delete your account and start over. Simply put, every new video that you post is a new start for you. And honestly, to me, that was very comfortable, as oftentimes I felt discouraged and thought the algorithm hated me. Those videos are there as a reference. It's to show you how far you have come. And who knows, that video that you made a year ago that didn't have any views may pop off in the future, and you're just doing yourself a disservice and others by removing those videos, or God forbid, your channel. Rule number 7. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It's important to have goals, but don't let that get in the way of your happiness. The way I feel now with 15,000 subs is no different than how I felt with 0 subscribers. I kid you not. And the reason being is that it's the journey that I enjoy rather than the destination. Shit. I mean, I made 148 videos in the span of 8 months while having a full-time corporate job, right? The shit is a grind, but you need to take it day by day and enjoy the present moment of it. If you're going into YouTube to be famous or to make money, then there is a fuck ton more effective things you could be doing with your time to achieve it. You honestly have to truly enjoy the craft and the process and not like set too high of expectations for yourself so that you don't feel worthless in the end. It will only set you up for disappointment. So again, just focus on being 1% better with every post, whether that's finding a new series of videos that you enjoy making, or whether that is getting one more view than your previous video, whether that's just getting one more like or one more comment. And it's okay if you go backwards. The goals should be bite-sized but reasonable, and remember, goals are different for everyone. You are on your own path, so don't spend time comparing yourself to others. This is your journey, not anyone else's. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you found that somewhat insightful for people that are thinking about starting their own YouTube channel, or for those that are well underway. I wanted to touch on topics that were more on a conceptual and human level rather than being purely technical, and certainly wanted to avoid, discussing saturated topics like how to make the best thumbnail, because those are technical principles, again, that you can apply and learn over time. And believe me, there isn't a magical silver bullet for any of it, no matter what people tell you. What's more important is just to ensure that the foundations are strong and built in first, and that starts with you. And whether this is a passion for you, and whether this makes you happy, and the rest, I assure you, will come later. So hopefully this provided some encouragement to keep going, or shit, to even start in the first place. Anyway, that's all I have to say. What are some of your lessons that you've learned along the way? Please feel free to share in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you think this helped you out. And if anyone wants to collaborate in this gaming niche, feel free to reach out in the email below. With all that said, guys, I wish you the very best on your YouTube journeys.